Hey everybody, this is the Comic Book Critic, and we're doing Batman and Robin Eternal issues 21 and 22 today. So 21 opens up with looking into Harper Rowe's eyes, and you're seeing her, and her parents her mother's dead on the floor. This is the cover, her mother, and Cassandra Kane has killed her. So she's dead, and Harper Rowe's scarred for life, but she's still got her father. So Batman doesn't know what to do about it. This is an entire flashback, by the way. Batman doesn't know what to do about it. He feels bad. He doesn't want to create another Robin. It's not fair to her. She should have had a normal life. So he goes on to back to Europe. He leaves Gotham to Dick Grayson and Superman babysitting him. And so he leaves, and he's got this lead over in Europe. This lead is the owner of a mansion where celebrities go and stay. So he talks to this woman, and he says, so you have a secret, I want you to tell me about it. And she says, no, there's no way in hell, I'll never tell you about it. And Bruce is like, no, Mother's dead. You need to tell me about it. I need to know about this. So she goes and she actually tells Mother's entire origin, which is basically there was a fight going on between Russia and this place, and the Russians went in and killed everybody in this bar that she was working at, including her parents, and she saw the whole thing go down. And kind of like Bruce, it hit home. It hit home so hard. So she pretended like she was dead, and she laid there with the hundreds of other dead bodies that were dragged into the street. And the Russians went through with a knife and stabbed each of the dead victims just to make sure they were dead and wouldn't come back and poison them or anything like that. Woman was stabbed 7 times and was still alive. She didn't blink once. And that's amazing. That's some serious motivation there. Hatred. So this is Mother, of course. So she gets back up, and she's just walking around bloodied with a knife, and I guess this little girl finds her and takes her in. And while this girl takes her in, this girl's dad finds out and punishes this girl. And now Mother, instead of the innocent person that she was before her parents was killed, goes and kills this little girl's parents. Who says, I've freed you from your problems, you can now become whoever you want, and I'm your mother now. So Bruce went to the original child of Mother to find out who Mother really is. After that, we go back to Batman, and he's deciding what he's going to do. Basically, he leaves the hotel now that he's got this story, and he goes back to Gotham, and he's deciding what he's going to do with Harper Rowe, which is basically to get her father and hang him off a roof and tell him that he better do a good job, and he better get a job right now that he will get through Gotham, probably because Bruce Wayne, he could pull strings. And if he doesn't do this, Batman's going to come back and see him in the night, scares the shit out of him. So, which we find out he actually does a reasonable job raising Harper. So it's written, the script is by James Tynion, and he's a fantastic writer. The art is by Tony S. Daniel, and his art is fabulous. I mean, seriously, the guy knows how to draw Batman. He really knows how to draw Batman. So the origin was really dark. It ends going into Harper Rowe's eyes, and it begins going into Harper Rowe's eyes. So then we got issue 22. The script on this one is done by Genevive, Valentine, and the art's by Fernando Blanco and John Rauch. One of the main things I don't like about the Eternal series is they keep switching up these writers, and it's super aggravating because you get used to one writer and then another writer comes in and it's almost a different story altogether. So here's the cover for number 22. Some fantastic art on the front of that. I love the covers to Batman and Robin Eternal. They've been freaking awesome. So basically, it begins with Mother believing that what she's doing is fantastic. She's freeing the world so all of these kids can become whatever they want to be without their parents molding them and making them whatever they're going to end up being. The Robins get discouraged because they've basically been defeated. Cassandra Kane and Harper Rowe are on a plane with Orphan and Poppy to Mother's base, and they're going to be turned into Mother. And then eventually they get there, and Mother kills Cassandra Kane's dad, the Orphan, right in front of Harper and herself, and then releases a gang of orphans, people dressed like the orphan that are going to do the same job as the orphan, right in front of Cassandra and Harper. So that's basically where, and then Mother activates Ichthys, and that's basically how it ends. But in the middle of that, the Robins, Damien, Tim, Dick, and Jason Todd are getting discouraged. And Damien gives them a story about when he was training with his father. And he tells them that basically Batman decided that he wanted each of the Robins to be better than who Bruce actually is. He wanted them to become who they wanted to be. So he let them fall a few times so that they can understand that there's somebody there to pick them back up, but that they can make their own path. So Bruce was the guy to pick them back up, and then themselves would make their own path as whatever Robin they wanted to be, or whatever they wanted to do. So I'll give 21 a solid 8. I'm going out there, I'm giving it an 8. James Tynion and Tony S. Daniel can't go wrong. Alright. 22, however, I'm going to give like a 6. Solid 6. Because it was okay. The speech was kind of cool, I'm not going to lie. You gotta read it. It was kind of just some story filler. Like just a little bit of tidbit of some background information on the Robins, and just showing how brutal, which we already know, Mother is. So that's it for Batman and Robin Eternal this week. Next week I'll review another issue, which will be 23. Thanks for watching. Subscribe, like, comment. I appreciate it. This is the Comic Book Critic, signing off.